That's our intro song now. Welcome to the CouncilCast. This is episode number 67, being recorded on February 5th, 2019. I am your host, and the council is now in session. As with every week, I also make good intro music. This week, we will make arbitrary decisions about topics on science, technology, and random shit with little background and next to no expertise. All of our decisions are final and have next to no bearing on anything whatsoever. So welcome to this week. You may have noticed we now have a new intro song. We should probably post about it on our website.
I didn't notice.
On it.
Perfect. Tonight we are talking about some science and some record-setting science. If everybody remembers last week, it was really, really cold. A lot of people broke some records, but that's not the record we're here to talk about tonight. Tonight we're talking about drilling a gigantic hole in Antarctica. So this is something kind of interesting. There is a British scientist that was working on digging a hole, I guess, why not, in the Antarctic ice sheet, and it is 7,060 feet deep.
That's it?
That's it. I mean,
cool.
Good job, dude.
I mean, that's not the furthest we went, right? Isn't the biggest one in some borehole in Russia?
I think it's the biggest hole in Antarctica.
Okay. It's like saying he's the best player in the minor leagues. Got it.
Probably smaller than that. Like,
are there many boreholes in Antarctica? I don't know.
I would imagine there are. They're using it
because they're using them for science.
For science, yes.
Let's go. What are they hoping to science there?
They're hoping to find ice, is what they're hoping to find.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. We found it in the first 5 feet, but, you know, what the heck?
I mean, that's pretty close. They're trying to understand climate-related sea level rise, so if they don't find ice, they might have a problem.
Oh, okay.
Pretty
well,
good.
That's pretty neat.
So apparently it is from top to bottom, in case you can't convert your feet, 1.3 miles, or the length of 20 football fields placed end to end.
Wait, how many Texases is that?
2.
Nice. Always wanted to go.
Oh, actually,
2 Texases and ice.
So I just actually read the article for the first time, which makes sense. And it's actually only the deepest hole in West Antarctica. It's not even the deepest in Antarctica.
This is the lamest goddamn story.
It didn't even make the minor leagues.
I guess, but it is the deepest that was drilled with a hot water drill.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, now I'm just impressed.
It's
That's
like
I
a
prefer
giant
to use that drill.
like a giant
It's the
water
exact
pick.
same drill I use.
A giant water pick that you use in your bathroom, but it's for ice. Just pumping hot water through it.
They did say the other thing they're trying to understand is how slippery ice is. So, you know.
Just get one of my grandparents to try and walk around out there.
Excuse me?
Oh wow, it's really slippery. Scale of 1 to 10. What would you old people say? 10.
So I'm not sure if this is going to teach us much, but I mean, drilling holes is kind of cool sometimes. So, go science.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I root for the Iowa Cubs. I'll root for this minor league science project. Thumbs up.
I give it a thumbs down because I think a high schooler could have done a better job for a science fair.
The ice is slippery. Yeah, I would love to see that science fair project. They just have like a sheet out in front of their table, and they're like, "Try and walk across this," and everyone's falling down. Giant lawsuit. It's awesome.
Can't. I simply can't.
I'm going to say thumbs down because you went with global warming, which I think is a thing I've heard about. They're destroying our natural ice reserves, and that's just heating things up.
So
I'm
them
not sure that's
drilling,
how that works. What's that?
them drilling in the ice is making
Well, it's
global
gone
warming.
now. They've drilled, but it's gone.
They're melting.
It's
more
gone
ice.
forever. And once the ice is gone, it's gone forever. So thumbs down.
Is it possible that these people are global warming? Like it's not a thing, but it's a group of people.
It's an organization.
I mean,
We are global warming.
anything's impossible, Dirbling.
It's people opening up pockets of heat in the. Never mind.
Yep. Good.
Yep.
What they could do is if they shrunk the hot water drill down really, really small, you could use it for like blasting out pieces of food in between your teeth.
Nice.
I think that'd be a new invention.
That sounds like a good way to break a few teeth.
What's your Matt? Did you give it a rating?
I already voted.
All right.
I voted before all you guys did.
Well, instead of going down inside of the Earth, what about something that's ready to go up away from the Earth? With SpaceX test firing its new rocket for the Crew Dragon flight. So SpaceX apparently has now test fired their rocket, which is a key step that they need to do to get ready for their flight, because they are still tentatively scheduled on flying their crew capsule on February 23rd, just a couple weeks away. So it's pretty exciting because they're getting close to not with crew, just the capsule without crew in it.
Oh,
Wait, didn't we cover this before? What are they putting in it?
Time capsule stuff, like old baseball cards, records made of gold, stuff like that.
I'm not sure.
Is it a chimp or a dog or a goldfish? What were they sending up?
It says Crew Dragon. There is a dragon on board.
Dragon.
This must be the Game of Thrones crossover episode. So I mean, I give it a thumbs up because I think that they are getting closer to putting people up there. So why not fly some more rockets?
I say thumbs up. I always like to see a rocket just sit on the pad and smoke. So.
I think we know how Matt's going to vote for this one.
I think you know.
Let's hear it. Let's see it.
Thumbs up for space.
By the way, if you want to, you can actually visit our website and purchase the Thumbs Up for Space shirt.
There's a shirt.
There's a blog post about it.
Oh my god, I didn't read that because nobody reads that.
Is it a real design? I hope it is.
It just says, it probably says thumbs up for space. Either that or put my face on it.
Here, let me send you the links because I also just added that new blog post. So
Do you have to make the shirt first?
No. Well, let's just say that they're still in production. We have the
let's say-
design.
If you are interested in getting a CouncilCast Thumbs Up for Space shirt, you can email us at councilcast@gmail.com.
There, I just added a link in the group chat over here.
Great. Now nobody can see it.
Yep. We'll just share it internally.
Share it
It's not ready
internally.
for prime time.
Well, I'll post it to our Facebook page. Too.
Oh, I remember.
But do you like the new one about the theme song?
Guess what? We have a new theme song. We can't play it for you, but these are the lyrics. Dun 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 dun.
The lyrics. Wait a
fuck?
minute. I think I know that song.
Let us know what you think. This sucks. Where do I downvote it?
I don't know.
You can just tweet us at the Real CouncilCast.
Great.
But you know what is ready for prime time is satellite internet in the Tonga Topu group of islands.
You gonna try that again?
Tonga Tapu.
Try it again.
I poo.
Let's see if somebody else pronunciation.
I think it's Tonga Tapu. It is a island nation in Tonga, which is for if you don't know where that is, it's in the South Pacific. kind of hanging out by Australia, I believe. And they have a internet connection to the rest of the world, just like everybody else, except they only have one cable that is run out to them.
Oh,
And apparently, the cable was cut last week.
By what?
They say an anchor, but I think something else happened.
Yeah, they say that it was an anchor, and apparently it knocked out internet and literally everything on the island.
Wow.
And it was so bad that what they ended up doing was setting up a singular satellite internet dish for the entire
What?
island nation.
So that sounds like that sounds like worse than when I was traveling in Central America. Internet
That does
speeds.
sound pretty bad.
Population of 75,000.
One
Yes.
satellite dish for that?
Yes.
No.
Well, but
Yep.
they did restrict a couple of websites to make sure they could pull it off. Was it
Yeah,
Facebook and
They limited you to 20 minutes of access, so you had to walk, I think, down to the city square or something, and you got 20 minutes of access, and you couldn't use YouTube or Facebook or any social media actually.
So it's basically like show up, take care of your like urgent business like banking and
Yep.
all this other junk, and then GTFO.
It sounds
Exactly.
like that episode of South Park when the internet was down.
When Kyle just goes in, is it Kyle or Stan that goes in and to fix it? It's they're in like the Cheyenne Mountain, huge ass like bunker, and
Yeah.
they're like, we don't know what's wrong with it. And it's just a big like Linksys router. And he just walks up to it and pulls out the mega power plug and plugs it back in, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's working!" I think at one point the army tries shooting it. Like they take a pot shot at it, and it's just like pew, and it just ricochets off. I think.
Well, then they had the villages where people had to like travel to get internet because there was only one location that was working.
That's Randy being like, "I gotta head out California way. I hear there's some of the internets out there."
Yeah.
So good.
Oh yeah. Well, that's unfortunate for them. How much longer until they get it fixed?
They said they don't know. They said it could take a week or two to get it fixed. The cable itself is 514 miles long.
And they have to find. Do they know where the break is?
They said that it's broken in 2 places.
Oh my!
So it sounds like they do, but this sounds like it says it was severed in 2 places, about 6.2 miles from Tonga. So,
yikes!
That sounds like fun. That sounds like the worst thing ever. I thought satellite internet was bad at home. Satellite internet shared with 70,000 other people sounds just worse.
Yeah. Well, you have to think some of them are kids who are going to be really upset because they can't play Fortnite. Yeah, this is a big problem.
I'm surprised it's not a national emergency because you can't play Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know what I'm doing right after this. Fortnite.
I mean, I'm playing Fortnite already right now. I mean, I'm gonna give this a thumbs down for not protecting your cable.
Wait, did they set up like little buoys on the ocean or something denoting this is a cable line here? Don't sink your anchor or don't dig.
No parking.
Yeah, no parking. No digging. You know, that sort of stuff.
Yes, probably. They most likely have it marked at least somewhere.
Do you think it could be pirates?
Space pirates.
Yeah.
See, I think some thumbs down because there's some kind of conspiracy about this whole line breakage thing. I don't think we know the whole story.
We don't. It's not a conspiracy. We definitely don't know how it happened.
If you don't know the whole story,
yeah,
it's a conspiracy.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to give it a thumbs up because, you know, everyone needs a little vacation from the internet every once in a while. And what better way than just like taking it away from an entire island? Who knows? Maybe the US will be next. Somebody will just cut the power to the internet in our ocean.
Thumbs down for no internet.
It's a retreat. It's just an island retreat that they're on.
You know, if you lived on that island, you probably wouldn't have found out that Mizu now is releasing a new phone that you also cannot use on that island, I bet you, with no buttons on it whatsoever.
Wow. So like every other smartphone? Oh, no.
No, this
No,
is
right.
but it also has
completely
no
buttonless.
holes,
it has no buttons and no ports. So it has
which was
Wireless charging.
absolutely nothing you own.
Yep, it has wireless charging and apparently some sort of wireless data transfer through the charging piece.
So if you set it on the charger, it transfers data faster than just over Wi-Fi.
Supposedly, I'm going to go with yes.
Okay.
That's what they're claiming, at least.
Interesting.
I thought this was an interesting phone because I saw this came out, and then I saw somebody else had come out with a new phone too, or just announced something. I want to say it was like Huawei or somebody like that. And the difference was with the other phone, though, this one has no ports. You have to use wireless charging. But the other phone came out. They actually have. I thought this was an interesting idea. They had contacts on the back of it that you can. It's not an actual port, but it's I don't know what the heck it's called, but they're just little like metal pads that you plug your charger cable into, and then it charges, and it can do data transfer that way. So you still maintain the whole no ports. You get a fully sealed phone. I mean, should be more waterproof in theory. But would you actually buy a phone that has no ports or buttons on it?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I mean, I've got a power button, which doesn't need to be a physical button. I've got the volume buttons, which don't need to be physical buttons. Although it's pretty convenient just to hit those. And I've got the USB-C charging port, which I don't particularly need.
Yeah. I think it's only a matter of time before they can. Every phone company does this.
I don't know if everybody would do this.
I think that they would. I think it's just getting the technology to be fast enough, right? How fast can data transfer speeds happen over Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or whatever? Or maybe they make a Redbeard, and it transfers data faster. Who knows? So,
I like the idea, and I agree. I don't think that most of the buttons are necessary on a phone. I did read, I think they have to put a reset button somewhere, because otherwise I don't know how you'd reset it. But
like if the screen is frozen, how would you?
Right.
Like if the screen is literally not accepting input.
Yeah.
Do you think it'd be like one of those insert paperclip into here?
Yep, absolutely. But I like the idea, especially since it's fully sealed, fully waterproof. You can just, I would imagine you just throw it in a lake, it'd be fine.
That'd be pretty dope. Be able to record stuff underwaters.
That'd be pretty sweet. I mean, I think trying something different. I don't know if it has a notch or not. Doesn't look like it has a notch. So it does have an in-screen fingerprint reader, so they are getting around that too. I don't know. Thumbs up for trying something new. Looks interesting. But thumbs down for not being here yet, I guess. I don't know.
Thumbs down because it's not an iPhone.
Thumbs up for space. No, wait a minute. Thumbs up for... I think that's pretty cool, honestly.
Good.
If somebody would do this, it would probably be Apple who does it next.
They would. They'd see this and they go, you know what? We can market this better than this company can.
I wouldn't doubt it.
That's what they do. They look at stuff and like, that's good technology. I can market it better.
I think thumbs up.
All right. Oh yeah. So speaking of space, maybe once SpaceX has their rockets all ready to go, they can sign up with this new company who wants to roast their coffee beans by having it re-enter the atmosphere.
Yeah, thumbs down.
So,
Man, he's really against that.
So this is. I thought this was. There's three things in this article that I found interesting. The whole idea is there's this company who wants to. They're basically saying, if you roast coffee beans, we've been roasting coffee beans the same way for forever, and they want to quote unquote revolutionize coffee by using space technology.
Okay.
Hey, it's one hell of a marketing technique. I mean,
Yeah, they're all leading up to saying coffee that's out of this world. Done.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah.
But the general idea is they have this.
I mean, I'd try it.
They're going to load a capsule that weighs 500 kilograms of beans. They launch it up into space, and it's a special capsule that when it falls back to space, it will use the heat generated to roast the coffee. And supposedly they figured out that this is the optimal temperature to roast coffee at, which, I mean,
this is ridiculous.
And then on top of that,
we're all gonna be drinking space beans eventually, Matt. You got to get used to it.
We have Starbucks now. What are we gonna have?
Space coffee is likely to cost $500 a cup.
Yeah, so that's the third thing is that depending on how much it costs to launch, it boils down to if the cost is distributed just directly down, about $500 a cup of coffee.
Oh, good Lord.
So that makes a bag of coffee worth like $5,000, $10,000.
Well, yeah, $20,000 per kilogram of roasted beans. So
totally worth it.
This is like the stupidest shit I've ever heard. And this commenter on Ars Technica really wraps it up for me. The disposable Keurig-like coffee system we have at work does not seem so wasteful anymore. I mean, I guess if like the rocket's going up anyway, and you want to roast them on the way down, as the rocket that was going to do the thing already is coming back down.
See,
so
that's what
on landing, you can have a cup of coffee. Just ridiculous.
Fresh roasted beans.
Oh, that's the best cup of coffee I've had all week.
That's what I originally thought they would do, is that this would be like attached to something that's already going up there, but it's not. It's its own capsule.
Well, aren't most rockets being sent up right now the kind that fly back in?
I thought you were going to say, aren't most rockets right now the kind that roast coffee? I mean, this is nothing new.
I mean, I've got a better idea. Instead of sending it all the way to space just to have it come back, why don't they put the coffee beans underneath the rocket engine during takeoff?
That's above optimal temperature.
I don't know. Have you tried it?
Yes, it was. There were no beans left. It was like one of the Game of Thrones dragons was trying to roast the beans and failed.
There you go.
No, but that is honestly, that'd be a more cost-effective way to do it. Or like, put it on a tailpipe of a car that's using nitro to really take off. Or, just roast it the same way you've been roasting it for thousands of years.
Well, finally, coffee the way God intended us to drink it, roasted from a rocket landing, coming back into the atmosphere.
I mean,
we've been suffering all these years, just heating it up. Had no idea.
Just apply space technology. I'm not 100% sure what space technology means, but why not?
It's a marketing term that means literally nothing.
Space technology.
I mean, when they say on, I took a journalistic law class in college so that I could have a basic understanding of First Amendment rights and what you can and can't say and what is and is not protected by the First Amendment. Saying stuff like made with space technology is so arbitrary and means nothing that they can get away with saying it.
Of course.
It's like the same as saying that best coffee in the world, or this coffee is, best coffee in the world. There's no way to prove or disprove if it's the best coffee or not. So it's a safe thing to be able to market. So this falls into that category of completely meaningless and yet sounds pretty neat. Ooh, space coffee made with space technology. It's out of this world. What? I'll drink some. Get me some of that on the QVC.
I give it a thumbs down because although I would drink this, I'm not going to pay $500 a cup.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs down.
I love paying for ridiculously expensive things, and I know that it would make me feel empty inside to buy a cup of coffee for $500 and to drink it and be disappointed. But I would still smile and say I liked it.
Fair enough. If you like fish and chips, you may not want to flush it down the toilet in England.
This is a great story.
Apparently, that's kind of what's happened. Is that there is a town in England, Sidmouth, which is apparently got a they call it a Fatberg that is growing in its sewers, which is apparently a hardened clump of grease, wet wipes, and sewage. And it is 64 meters long and growing silently underneath the town.
That has to smell disgusting. Like sewers smell bad normally, but that has to like take the cake.
I'm surprised. Who makes Dawn dishwashing liquid? I'm surprised they haven't gone there to save the town. And you know, one of those things where they got the ducks and they're washing. This town just needs some Dawn dishwashing liquid.
It is unsavable by Dawn. That's how bad this is.
I don't know. Dawn can save a lot of stuff.
Apparently, this is a thing that's just Fatbergs are kind of unique to England, I guess, just because of what?
This is a uniquely English thing?
Yeah, apparently it's not happened before, and it's not even the biggest one in England.
I know. The one that's the largest is even more terrifying.
the one in the largest one was found in 2017 in London. This one's 64 meters long. That one was 250 meters long and weighed 130 metric tons.
So are Fatbergs the answer to
3 times while reading this story?
Are Fatbergs like the answer to the obesity epidemic in the United States? Like we just need to start flushing the fat right down the toilet, like skip the middleman.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We already do that. It just doesn't get stuck in a big pile.
How are we doing that? Oh, we use Dawn here. That's right.
Oh, what do? Scrape the grease into the trash can? You run it down the sink.
Could they make candles out of this? Could they?
Oh my God. It would just be like you go to Target, you go to the nice candle aisle, and oh, what's this? A new scent?
Fatberg.
Ass.
Fatberg.
Fatberg ass.
Just Fatberg.
An English scent. An
like
acquired taste.
Fatberg. Yeah, Fatberg really draws you in. You're like, what's that? And you smell it. You're like, ooh.
Oh, what a gag gift that would make. I got you a Fatberg candle from England.
Oh, it's Fatberg. Oh, it's all the rage in England.
Light it after we're gone.
Yeah.
The Fatberg is longer than 6 double-decker buses and will take 8 weeks to dissect.
That is disgusting.
They're dissecting it?
Like, to get rid of it, they take, I think, high-powered water jets down to cut through it.
And Dawn dishwashing liquid.
And
Did you see this part, though? The big monster one, they put on display in a museum.
Oh my gosh.
They took it, put it in the museum, and then live streamed.
It says
the decomposition.
They put chunks of it on an exhibit last year.
I mean, authorities in Sidmouth have discovered a 64-meter-long hardened clump of grease, wet wipes, and sewage, an infamous Fatberg, lurking and growing in a large sewer under the town's waterfront.
It's like the Blob.
For perspective, at 64 meters, the length of the mass is greater than that of 6 double-decker buses end to end, and the height of the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
What?
But they really lean.
Awesome.
The Leaning Tower of Fatbergs.
Oh man. You know what? I'd pay to go see a Leaning Tower of Fatbergs.
Maybe they could have excavated the whole thing and then had someone sculpt it into a Leaning Tower of Pisa and have that on display. That I'd pay to see.
Absolutely fucked. No.
Thumbs up for whoever found it and was brave enough to go back down to show somebody else who where they found it.
I'm afraid to thumbs down in fear of incurring the wrath of the Fatberg.
Yeah, it is like the Blob. It'll just crawl across the ocean.
So I'm gonna give it a thumbs up under duress.
I'm gonna take the risk and give it a thumbs down. That's just disgusting.
Think about this. They found that disgusting thing and then put it in a museum.
My question is what causes them to discover it?
Probably because nobody can flush their toilets anymore.
Yeah, is it like we got? Huh? I don't know. Can you imagine? You're like the CenturyLink broski that just is like, man, I gotta go down there and do a thing, and then you get down there and holy shit!
Hey, Culligan man.
Oh my god,
Roto-Rooters,
yeah, this is
all
like
that.
this is a project for Roto-Rooter Industrial.
They just bring down a boring drill from Elon Musk.
Ah, there you go. Elon
And
Musk
a
should
flamethrower to
create a
melt the
Fatberg.
fat.
Yeah, flamethrowers. His infamous flamethrowers. They're not actually flamethrower. Forget it. Not gonna worry about it. It wasn't that funny anyway.
Yeah.
Cool.
All
Yeah.
right.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Nice job. I think we're gonna roll into our Elon Musk pitches for the week.
Yes.
Anybody want to start it off?
Yes.
All right.
I was talking with Matt about this the other night, and we came up with a good one. So Matt, you can piggyback on this if you want.
Remember what's happening at all?
So Elon Musk has solar panels that you string together for your roof. What is it called, Matt?
The solar roof?
A solar roof. Yeah. But what I think should happen is solar everything. So you walk into the house, you have solar floors, all your walls, solar walls, inside and out. Solar kitchen counter, solar table, solar silverware, solar plates, solar napkins,
Solars.
and solar clothes, and solar boots and hats. I think that he should have solar everything. And then we will collect all of the sunlight. And not only that, but heat capturing pods so that you put them in your bed. You sleep with them. You can exercise next to them. You can have cats cuddle on them and captures their warmth and turns it into electricity.
Okay.
So all these solar things, all these heat pods work together to power everything.
Are we still voting on things?
What,
Yeah.
Mr. Fusion?
What?
What did you say?
Are we voting? Yes.
Are we voting on Silas's? Oh, I'm sorry.
We can.
I am really. It want to be really warm.
Why?
All that solar stuff around, collecting the heat. That's Elon Musk's problem, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
We're just pitching ideas. He's going to figure out how the science works.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I was going to ask how that was going to work, but then I realized Elon Musk can figure it out.
That's right.
So is this to get more electric energy? Like,
Yeah.
what's the end goal here?
Well, I mean, if he could use the solar panels to get gas energy, props, but electric energy is fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you want to solve the world's energy crisis, turn everything into a solar panel.
I gotcha.
And then it will overload the grids, be great.
You overload the grid so you can eventually live off the grid.
Yes. Yes, live off the grid.
That's what that means.
Definitely.
Isn't your idea the premise to the movie with Keanu Reeves where he
Matrix?
Yeah, isn't that the premise of the Matrix? That
No, the
human
premise of the
body
Matrix.
was the heat of the human body was used to power the machine world.
I don't know if it was the heat, but I think it was something like that. I mean, yeah, if he wants to like put a plug in the back of my head and use my thoughts to like create electricity, I think I can think of things all day long.
Now we're thinking.
I kind of like this idea. I think I'm gonna have to go with a thumbs up on it because making more power seems good. And if he can figure out how to wirelessly somehow store all of this energy, go for it.
Weekly pitch. Oh, no, it's not wireless. I mean, there'll be cords hanging out everywhere. It's going to look ugly.
I just assumed it was going to be wireless. So
it should be wireless. Let's just say solar panel everything. House, cars, shoes.
I like your heat capture pod idea. That's probably my favorite part.
I do like that.
Could I use the heat capture pod to release heat as well?
Yeah, it would help with global warming.
Okay.
Just releasing heat everywhere.
Just dropped a pod in Antarctica
For the boring
for
the drilling.
boring purposes.
Yeah.
Is this Matt's? Are you on this one then too, Matt?
What?
Or do you have your own idea?
What am I? What?
Do you have your own pitch?
I mean, I'm tired of the slow ass Bluetooth that we were talking about earlier, and they should make in Tesla. You know, they already have red in their color anyway, and they could call it Red Tooth
Red Tooth.
and make it faster, and they
Red
could probably network their cars and spaceships together or something. I don't know. This is a really half-assed idea, but ship it.
So make Red Tooth, which is faster Bluetooth and can network all cars.
Yeah, Red Tooth. Red Tube is something different.
Yeah, Red Tooth. And
faster than Bluetooth.
all things. It's just what I'm going to say. All right. I give that a thumbs up. I like the name Red Tooth.
Yes.
I think that's a pretty sweet name.
I thought so too.
Yeah, I'm going to say thumbs up. And my idea was
Thank you.
How about him making? My idea was also the same thing about him making connections faster. So I mean, I think that's a great idea. I felt really bad for that Tonganoxie or whatever it was island. And I felt really bad that they had the one satellite, and so I wanted him to make something that people could get the internet and not have to worry about a cable that's down 5 miles deep getting chewed up by a. Yeah, I mean, you think they could do it? He could do it better.
So are you saying you want?
I want Red Tooth like on steroids. I want him to be able to the internet everything over the Red Tooth, red whatever.
Yours is called Red Beard, though.
His is Red Beard. Mine's Red Fang. So I'm
Red Fang.
Red Fang. Okay. That's
All right.
internet wirelessly.
Red Beard is the
Faster
umbrella.
than anything we've ever seen.
So Red Fang wireless internet over all the Earth.
There you go.
All right. And
which is really kind of a good Tesla thing, since the whole thing is wireless.
I mean, he's already launching some satellites for internet, so it's possible that he just needs a rebranding moment here. All right. Wireless internet, I give that a thumbs up. Faster internet seems better.
World wireless internet. Okay. Oh, did I tell you the name of my solar panel project?
What is it?
Red Heat.
All right. On a red theme tonight.
What's your idea?
All right. My idea is I think that those guys were kind of onto something with the roasting the coffee beans. That
Oh my God.
Do you?
You gave it a thumbs down.
But they were kind of onto something.
I gave it a thumbs down because it was. I think Musk can do it better.
Got it.
Since they're already returning rocket boosters after they launch, they can. They should just strap some coffee beans to the outside of the boosters,
Okay.
and it will just roast them as they come back down.
Nice. What are you calling this project?
We can call it red beans.
Red bean.
Red beans.
Coffee beans to what are you strapping them to?
Just the outside of his booster rockets.
Like it's bedazzled. Like a billion beans, one glued on after another.
They have to they have to glue them on. Somebody has to glue every individual one onto the rocket.
Job security. I love it. Thumbs up.
Bring back the jobs to America?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Why not? All right.
So here they all are. Red Heat, solar panel, everything. House, cars, shoes to collect energy, and a heat pod collects heat from anything warm. solves world energy crisis.
Perfect.
Energy
Red tooth.
crisis. All right. Red tooth, faster than Bluetooth, and can connect all your products, all your musky products. Red Fang does the internet wirelessly faster than anything we've ever seen over all the earth. Red Beans, strap coffee beans to the outside of your booster rockets. Glue them on individually for the best taste flavors. This is good. He's going to like this.
All right.
I have a feeling about it.
All right. I think with that, we're going to call this council meeting adjourned. I want to thank each and every one of you for being a listener of the Red CouncilCast. We record this live Tuesday nights on YouTube. If you want to watch us live and see all of our hijinks that we edit out for the YouTube video. And if you want to check out all of those past videos, you can go check us out at councilcast.org or find the audio on iTunes or your other favorite podcatcher. If you have a topic that you would like our decision on, you can email us at councilcast@gmail.com or connect with us on Twitter at RealCouncilCast. Thanks for listening and goodbye.
Man.
Goodbye.